I'm at a wee place called, I'll see this phone picture. Caledon. C-A-L-E-D-O-N. The village is up ahead. There's working houses away over there. You go up the village, you turn right to them workers' houses. You down the end of the street, there's an old part of an old mill converted to a house. You go along the river path then, and it brings out the wee bridge, but Wallow's too old to do all that. Not if it's only one walk a day, you could do it. If you go along the main road, you see these black railings. That must have been along the property of the house who owned the mill. There's no sign of a house there. The house could be long gone. But that might have been, see, there's no way to drive in there. But that might have been where the house would have been. There's no plaque to say anything. Or it could have been another exit. But we're going to take a wee walk down to this bridge by Wallow. I'm going to get a very fast road, pet. You need to be careful. There's a wee lay-by on this side. A small lay-by. I just about to get in there. I seen it the last minute. I was going to pull in front of them gates. Come on, Wallow. Willow's not going to like that jump there over the curb. She's going to find that hard. That hard on the pet. I will have to be very careful. Go down these wee steps here, pet. You don't like steps, do they? But this is worth a seeing. So you got monument. Must be a monument up there. That's why the railings is out. Well, down this way. So it's a monument to somebody. You can't see nothing. It must be behind them fir trees. But so if the gate and all is locked, you can't get in. Why signpost it? Estate Gate Lodge. The Gate Lodge down there. Come on down this way, pet. But we're down to see the wee bridge. So there might be more to visit here, Wallow. Next time I come here, we'll take a look at the Gate Lodge, but it's just a fast road. We see this wee bridge. But see, the last time I went then and I seen the bridge, I followed this out to see where it came. I thought, gee, this is a lot handier. But I never noticed the lay-by there. That was saying, see, if you had a wee picnic site here, everybody would visit the bridge. Well, we're going to see the wee bridge. Well, it's not the best of crossing bridges at any time. Well, the wee bridge is just over there now. There's batteries. The batteries are done on my camera. Only 30% power left on this. And the other ones are in the caravan, but because the road's busy, I don't want, the car's hot to leave Wallow on it. Well, I searched the caravan for the other 2 batteries, so I'll chance this one here. Now, there's wee picnic tables away down in there, like. But if they had a wee car park coming down round. A wee river down here, that's why it's crossing it. If there's even some way of going through underneath the bridge of the wee river to see that Gate Lodge, it'd be handy. But nah, they wouldn't have a handy like that. I'm sorry for rushing you, Wallow, but you don't like straight paths. If I was taking my time, you'd huff on me. And you have to be here. You have to be in the videos too. Because the thing about wee Wallow, she doesn't know how far I'm going to go. If I went the other way, she'd put the brakes on. She says, I'm not going down there. I remember this way path. But she doesn't walk this way. So she's not quite sure. There's a picnic table down here, Wallow. I don't think it's used very often. But it might be worth a wee sniff around. Picnic table. Look, there it is in front of you. Doesn't look like it's used very often. It's a wee bit of decay taking place. Oh, there's a bun down here too. Oh, there's everything you need. It was a very warm day to be handy wee spot. They're well shaded with them trees. Don't know what the flies is like. There's actually 3 picnic tables. You just about get 3 cars in that lay-by. Oh, you will get 3 cars on it. Dredge Bridge. Officially opened on 9th October 1991 by the Right Honourable Earl of... Oh, so there's still an Earl here. Still, that wee Gate Lodge is still a big house up there. Department of the Environment. But that's when this has been done here. The bridge is older than 91. Well, the Earl probably gave us a wee bit of corner land here to his subjects. Nothing against Earls, like, but I didn't know there was still an Earl here. Must look Google Maps. Might be worth investigating this. Now this wee bridge here, where have you ever seen one of these? See, in my memory the barge was flat, the barge was round. See, that's what I mean, you have to come back every now and again. But like, that's not very high above my head there, the top of that bridge. So you see how the barge, They just loop around with a bolt. That's not a big bolt put through. There's no giving her. We'll do a wee selfie here again. Don't do selfies. You see the height of that bridge compared to me. It's not much. It's not like a big suspension bridge like Brunel. Willow's not one for crossing bridges, but dogs could fall through it. That's the worst thing about dodgy things like this here. Willow has crossed this before with Shadow. As for height wise, there's the model. So not very high like. If you're drunk, you can fall. You would fall over it if you're drunk. There's the road bridge over there. See, I'm scared to go over the edge to even get a photograph. Like I'll tell you, that's they built the churches higher up in the edge of that belt. Oh, look at this, boys! Look, there's been a wee bit of rot taking place here. They've changed some of the timbers. Now, see here, the bridge is bouncy. The bridge, now, the ME stabilizer it is bouncy. If you run across it like a trampoline, so there's a bit of give on her. I'm not very forceful to cross it. She's happy standing there and not force her. She did cross it when she's wee young. Look, another picnic table. That's worth risk. A couple of picnic tables over here. And what's that up at the end? Looks like a Wayne's thing. A plastic toy thing. Back down to the road. I wonder, I don't know it's not laid by there. Why, reckon, Wallow? You don't have to, pet. You don't have to. Wallow's not scared of heights. Wallow's wee back legs doesn't work right. She's got a wee bad joint. And that's not slippy. But if she was to slip, she'd really hurt herself. And she doesn't like touching metal because metal's slippy. Look at there, something's broke there. There's a wee bracket there. Maybe that was used for installing it. But the one over there is broke off. But see how they done it all fancy like? Done it all fancy. He had wee pillars in his hall. He went to the architect. Dredge, Pittons, Bath. Dredge Bridge. There must be a place in England called Dredge is there. Ironwork. Dredge is the name of the company. This bridge comes from Bath in England. It's not exactly Brunel like, but it's still there after all this time. They put a wee bit of black paint on it. So Dredge. Patent. Patented. Is that a D? Aye. Bath. Look, something else. Something foundry. A-R-M. Armagh. Armagh Foundry. What's going on here? Armagh Foundry. Armagh Foundry there. Dredge. So, it's made in Armagh. It's not made in Bath at all. But why has it got Bath? It says Bath. Like, I can only read out what it's saying here. It's saying Bath. Dredge. Patent. Bath. This might be hard to show up in the camera. That's Armagh. A-R-M-A-G-H. Armagh Foundry. So make it of what you will. What that means. Look at that there, boys. Hey, look. It's just a wee pin banged in there. Is that what's stopping this thing from falling apart, is it? A wee pin? Is this put together like a hobby horses? So that'll be all cast iron now. That's not steel, that's cast iron. Straight the wee bolts off. It's like a Meccano set. If that there wasn't all painted, you could dismantle that. You know what that is there, boy? You know what that is? No, it wouldn't be. That bar there slides the whole way through that. No, it can't. That's thicker. I don't know. I don't know what that pin's doing. That pin's not holding the hand there. The steps are going any further. The bridge moves. The bridge moves, so it has to go up and down. That has to flex that joint. So that stops it expanding too much on one side and the other. Once she hits that pillar, it's going to force it to expand the other pillar. That's all that can do. But that has to move. can't be solid. That was before chains, like. People think there's always chains. Look at that. But it does bounce. It does. If I bounce in the middle of it, you see it shaking. If I just wobble it in around my feet. Oh, Wallow, you okay, Wallow? She's on it. Oh, hang on tight. Hang on tight. So she does bounce. Although she's not really meant to bounce. It's just bounces because it happens to bounce. It wasn't put on the stipulations when they wanted it made. A bit of blue paint on here. Dredge again. But it was painted blue. So there you go. Made in Armagh. Wasn't far up the road. But why is only one? They make one bridge and didn't make no more. You think, come on over here, Pet, you don't have to do that, that's scary. She said, what are you dragging me down here for? The pillars look more modern. Concrete uprights. But you don't know. Romans had concrete. It's just the circular bits is very, very smooth. So it could have been that them cast iron bars went the whole way down to the river originally. And they cut them off. Took away the rusty bits and put on that concrete to hold it. That's what I would imagine. That's what I would guess, I mean. Look at that wee tree there, somebody knows it. It's got a wee number. Here, wee number 4. Aye. So there you are now. Dredge Bridge. Whatever you call this place again. I'm no good with names, Willow. I have no good. Look at the wee hole in there. Yeah, somebody's wee home. Oh, my head back, Willow. You're not going to go on it. My head back. But for a wee 5-minute walk, well, it's worth stopping off. There's only one thing I don't like. The last time I walked that path there, and I hate this, and it's becoming more common. People come to these places, oh, that's a lovely wee spot. When I die, I'd love my ashes to be spread there. Somebody has spread somebody's ashes in at the edge of the path, and they go and put wreaths on it. The last thing you want when you come out for a wee picnic or a wee walk your dog is going and looking at the wreaths. And here's a bank park in Belfast doing the same. People are putting the ashes down, they're putting a wee tree. And I was like, alright, put a wee plaque, you know, you get a bench in memory of. Put a wee plaque, that's okay. But don't put the flowers and all there. If you want the flowers, get a grave. Put in the graveyard. The last time I came down there, and not only that, but they put the wee plastic ornaments and the beads and the lights, all the things you get in the pawn shop, like. They stick it all there, like, a lot of crap in the It's not what you want to see when you're coming to see a bit of history, like. It's just spoiling it for everybody else. It wasn't until somebody throwing a Lucozade bottle down, or somebody getting a wee crap light in the pawn shop and it lying there all broke. Because them things never work. When definitely went out and they bought a wee brass lamp holder or something and put a wee glass in it, brass, a wee glass in it, and light a proper candle, and they came every week. But they don't. They get anything in the pawn shop, they come down, they chuck it in, and away they go. One of these wee solar power things. It looks bad after a while then. Doesn't it, Willow? Ah. I'm going to put Willow in the car now. I'll go wind the windows down and I'm going down to see that wee gate lodge. Because they wouldn't put a sign for the gate lodge if you weren't meant to go around and look at it. That's what I reckon. And as for the monument, why did they chain it? Why, you know how to say it? What is this monument? Well, it's a nice wee historic village to walk through. I just thought it was like a mining's village, but it's not a mining's village, or mill village. It's been built because of the big lordship up there. So I probably haven't built the mill. Probably a bit of an hour for daily, like. Some boy coming, you want to invest a wee bit of money in us. Hold on, what's that up at the hill in front? What am I looking at in front of me there? What the hell of a big monument? Never seen that before. You barely see it there. Right in front of that hill. What is that? It's like the bottom of a pyramid, but there's nothing on the top. The top's flat. Never noticed that before there. Looks like stone. It looks like the height of a fort would be in that field. It's all grass around, but the farmers ploughed it. There's probably no right of way on it. I'm always stopping the very see if there's any wee signs pointing to it. But if you had to walk from the field, that's a long field. Never noticed that before there. You know what it probably is? The field's ploughed. And now it stands out. But it's right on top of the trees are blocking my view. But it's right on top of the hill, so it's meant to be seen. Probably you'll see it from 30 miles away. I know, we need to get home. Too much to discover, so this pit, too much to discover. See, people fucking horse and carts would have seen that. They wouldn't have had the big tall trees. The wee buggers would have cut it down for firewood. Out with wee hatchets. But now with tree preservation orders and stuff, the trees are getting taller. Can you get up that wall? You want me to, you okay? Right, it's going to be tricky you getting in here now. Busy wee road there. Come on, Wallow. There's signs there. Obviously they don't want you seeing this place. Can you get in there now, honey? Oh, tricky, tricky. That's a good. Need to wind these windows down here. It's cloudy and all the rest, but this car's warm. You went there, Pet? I just checked this wee gate lodge out. Hold on that. Here's Google Maps. It's a massive big house on there. Big lake and all. It's not showing up with a reflection. Big lake and all on it. There's the house there. There's outbuildings and all. You have to look it up on Google Maps. But it's a massive big estate. Right there. There's a car and all there. Must still have security. There's one I was living in it. But how many stately homes do you still see in that condition there? The lights on the gatehouse. There's ones in the gatehouse that must be living in it. There's very few stately homes now in Northern Ireland. The only one I knew is Duke Abercorn. He's still got his big house, but we're not going to see the house from here. It's way back. Usually fences and all gone up. Wee trees around, wee fences around the trees keep the deer and the animals away. But I never knew there was still a lord in there. So if you're still a lord, like lots of people become lords nowadays. It's just a title. Has a title of being heard of rather than given them. But there should be more than one entrance into that estate. So this monument is up here is just for somebody who's died. But like the Muslim temple, they left monuments for one, so it must have been open to the public at one time. But now they don't want nobody looking at it. But you see, it's all well looked after. The boy in the lawnmower, he's digging up the grass, cutting the trees, the wee red-on lawnmower. But it's all open fields there. So they're probably still grazing animals. The boy at Duke Abercorn, he grows trees. So most of his land, apart from his personal garden, is all trees. So I don't know how that boy's earning his money. He probably still owns half that price, maybe taking on rent. But that wouldn't keep a big house going. But there's a big lake in it, so that land is low. And it looks like it's on a hill. That must go down the other side, and then you've got a big lake. Look at the joint they done on the wood there. The two boys joining on. Haven't seen that joint done before. What's just a pity we can't go up to see this monument, because the possibility, a lot of times at these monuments, you would see it from the house. So if you could get up to the monument, you'd probably see the house. Which is probably why they've been chained off. Well, it could be a monument for somebody who died 200 years ago. Probably off in somewhere in the British Empire. Never came back. The wall's not very high. But then, I don't know, the ground wouldn't be any higher because that's here monument's got steps up into it. The wall's not very high, but it depends how far back. You see this here now, look, see the thing about walls. They were recycling long ago. Do you see some of these walls here? Look? Do you see the pattern on that stone? That's come from a building. Now, that could have came from a monastery or somewhere. They borrowed stuff. Them ones there's been cut there. That's the same pattern as Drum Manor. So it could be the same stonemason. That's the exact same pattern as in Drum Manor. They may be doing this on an industrial scale on Drum Manor, where we've done the stones. Maybe made them on a wee factory. There's no sign of how long it is. You can see, there's steps. You can actually see it. There's steps, but it's all overgrown, it's all algae. So maybe the original monument's not there no more. You probably had a wee pillar, you see the lead strips again. That lead there's actually broke. First time you ever see that, so see how the steps are moving out. There's steps there and a bit of a concrete thing. So you imagine now there'd be a pillar on it, a bit like Nelson's column, and then a statue of your man. That's what you sort of expect. Unless it's a wee tomb, but it says monument on the sign. But you can barely see it because of the steps, it's green, nobody's walked on it in ages. And it looks like a pile of broken stones around the bottom, so that must be the pillar that's blew over. So whatever's there has collapsed. The trees may have been nice wee trees going in a circle, they've long since overgrown. But then again, it'd be nice to have a wee, if you can't get up, put a wee sign here showing us what it is and what it was originally. So the weird thing is now, if that boy had no money and went bankrupt, the National Trust could get a hold of that house and I could be walking water and all in there now. But there you go, there's sheep and all walking in there. And he would have his wee fence around the house, the wee, you know, they dig in the ditch. Oh, there's one here, is it? You can't see it, look, that wall's barely bulging out there. That's not straight anymore, the whole wall's bulging out. Too much weight behind it. That's going to cost a bit to fix. So I think you see that wee ditch there? That wee ditch there is that wee thing I can't remember the name of, like the old house had with the deer. And that stops the sheep from coming on to this part. But you see over that side there, the sheep's on it. So the wee ditch is not working right. Unless he's deliberately let the sheep on there to keep it short. All the trees that side are big and survived. The trees on that side, most of them has died. They probably got blew over with the wind. Must be stormy, the wind's coming from that direction. There's a big difference in the height of them. So they would have planted them at the same time. Maybe they didn't check the soil out, maybe that soil's not as far out over that side. But the ones that's there are a lot smaller. Far smaller that side than that side. That's a big one. So for some reason they didn't grow as quick. She had a padlock on originally. So even when it was originally made, the peasants weren't allowed in. But they would have seen it from here. So there you go now. My caravan's just barely on that lay-by. But to village, monument, estate gate lodge. There's nothing to say what's up in that big hill. I'm going to keep an eye out for signs, but at least I'm heading home, it's late. If I see something else, I'll come back and check it another time. Oh well, I need to get home. Well, we're still over 60 miles from home. I'm far away from home now. What's Google saying? (6:15), 5 o'clock, an hour 15 minutes, so that means an hour 45 minutes for us, Pip. That's if we don't stop.